Hello everyone, welcome back to Changfied YouTube channel, your trusted source for latest update across South Sudan and beyond. Today we bring you important update from Juba and across South Sudan. We have two major stories to cover. First, we mourn the passing of Bona Malwal Madut, one of South Sudan's most respected journalists and politician who has died at the age of 97. Second, we will recap the latest development in the high-profile trial of first Vice President Dr. Riek Machar and his co-defendant, including legal challenges and court proceedings that took place last week. Stay with us as we break down these stories. Before we proceed, please help the channel by subscribing and turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Who was Bona Malwal? Bona Malwal was born in 1928 in Barghazal from Twitch in Warab State. He came from a respected family. His father, Sultan Maduring, was the chief of the Jakwat section. Malwal was one of the first South Sudanese to study in the United States, earning degree from India University and Columbia University. He began his career as a journalist, founding newspapers like the Vigilant and Sudan Democratic Gazette. These newspapers focused on the right of Southern Sudanese and later promoted self-determination for the South. After the 1972 Addis Ababa Agreement, which ended Sudan's first civil war, Malwal joined the government as Minister of Culture and Information from 1973 to 1978. Let me share the picture with you. In 1987, when an Islamic-backed coup took place in Khartoum, he went into exile in Britain. There, he continued political activism and publishing work. He returned after the 2005 Comprehensive Peace Agreement, which ended a decade of war between the North and South. He became presidential advisor to Omar al-Bashir until South Sudan became independent in 2011. Malwal was outspoken and sometimes controversial, but many admired him for his wisdom and guidance. He supported Southern autonomy and later independence. After independence, he advised President Salva Kiir Mayardit and took part in the 2017 national dialogue aiming to bring peace between rival groups after the civil war that started in 2013. Malwal always encouraged South Sudanese to resolve problems through dialogue, saying, in 2018, dialogue among our people is the only path to lasting peace. However, not all groups participated. Major opposition groups, including forces led by Dr. Machar, boycotted the dialogue, saying it was government-driven. Even in his later years, Malwal warned about corruption and political division, which slows South Sudan development. Many South Sudanese remember him as a patriot and a source of wisdom. Tribute poured in on social media. Former presidential press secretary Ateng Ateng say South Sudan has lost the encyclopedia of wisdom. Uncle Bol Malwal Maduring, a man who achieved what many could not even dream of. His funeral arrangements are not yet announced, but the nation is mourning the loss of this great figure. Let's move on to Dr. Riek Machar trial. Now we move to the trial of first Vice President Dr. Riek Machar and 7 co-defendants. This is one of South Sudan's most high-profile legal case in recent years. The charges come from a March 2025 attack on a military base in Nasser, Upper Nile State, where over 200 soldiers were killed. Prosecutor claimed forces loyal to Dr. Machar, SPLIO faction, and the Y Army were involved. Machar, 73, and his co-defendant face serious charges, including mass murder, treason, terrorism, crime against humanity, and destruction of property. The co-defendants include Port Kangchol, 40 years, Mampal Dor, 37, Gadwe Lampoch, 66, Lieutenant General Gabriel Doblam, 53, Kamiliogan Michael, 47, Mading Yakrik, 45, and Dominic Gadgokrik, 27. Dr. Machar was placed under house arrest on March 26, 2025, while others were detained on various dates in March. Some of the key legal challenges during the trial session on October 31st, 2025, the defense argued that some arrests were illegal. Several defendants were arrested without warrant. One sitting minister and a lawmaker were detained despite parliamentary immunity. Some documents were submitted after the case had already gone to court. The lead investigator, Major General Basilio Thomas Wani, admitted that the cabinet did not authorize these arrests, which is required by law. The defense also challenged evidence. Some documents had incorrect dates. The chain of custody was not properly followed. A key Radio Miraya interview was disputed as defense claimed it was a political talk show, not a briefing about the attack. The defense also questioned whether the investigation committee was properly formed and whether members are taken the required oaths, which the investigator confirmed they had not. Judge Ms. Alala Deng instructed the defense to focus on documents the investigator could clearly identify. Several pending applications were also discussed, including requests for access to evidence, medical leave for defendant, translation assistance. The court adjourned it and will continue proceeding on November 3, 2025, which is today, focusing on cross-examination and other legal motion. This trial is very important for South Sudan as it touches on security accountability and political stability. Many citizens are watching closely, and it remains a sensitive issue for the government and the opposition. To recap, South Sudan has lost a great leader and a patriot as well. Bona Malwal Madud at the age of 97, and his life and work spanned a decade of Sudanese and South Sudanese history. The trial of Dr. Machar continues with ongoing legal debate over the arrest, evidence, and legality of procedure. We will continue following these stories and bring updates here on Changfied, your trusted channel for South Sudan news. Please hit the channel by subscribing and turn on the notification bell. Jo ban lingwas me bana right kala dang rot very important katung internas. Many am bana kwen bana right ka kwiu would ka midit michi yere cha genre which would more shale Bona Malwal jen a veteran politician Bona Malwal jen Ramangaika Roda bana right ka kwi yen Dr. Machar ka look down look jara which ka South Sudan. Kan kononi am gorno jen bi channel bi support subscribe to be notification bell video to and committee to be gwas bi chamala chupekeje ban right lera ni amde konling Bona Malwal jenda ko je karon kit kel kurba ngonu jendang rid badak doro shal ke barkazal ke twitch ka warab state jen ram lot ke long ramate ka gat ki ram shilat gwan chale Sultan Maduring jen chief of Changfied section ala Kwer Malwal ramanga kelong ka wajen the first South Sudanese mechiu gwar ke United States a chetene ke degree ke University Machar ke Indiana University ka Columbia University jen tu galade ala journalist she newspaper Machar ke the Vigilant and Sudan Democratic Gazette chede chak Georgia font a newspaper me ko focus along ka chuang Southern Sudanese chuang ji South Sudan chuang ji Nubin ka kore chwaje promote cholo self-determination for the South ka 1972 Addis Ababa agreement mali chawta in 1972 mi mo shu kore dana to ka Sudan la me chalke first civil war chu to ka kwide chu Malwal chu kume Chuja John, a Minister of Culture and Information, a took 1973, a worker 1978. A ron kit kel kurbangon jen baro ide diok, worker ron kit kel kurbangon jen baro ide badak. Chula ram kel mi chuko kumanamo. A ron kit kel kurbangon wi jen badak bangon la 1987. Jen gwade dane te Islamis, chu kan ku chu kanalat. A ka kartume ba ramkel ba je watch ka bom waka kore churo de chobar ko ramkel mi part of that government kire kum kanama wa chu ka exal churo de bar ka Britain ka kore wa chu political activism de kana bonka te kono la gore ke newspaper ke wa chu ko gore wichin winimi ke 2005 ke comprehensive peace agreement chu lun chu we chu tetena wenamo 2005 comprehensive peace agreement kore dana to kanos kenesos ala kor jalamni ke 2005 mo ka comprehensive peace agreement chu malwal chu lunjo gwaze dane ngokor kam jalamni kan junubin kajen chwaja kwany ala presidential advisor ko Omar al-Bashir men me ci South Sudan ci independent ci ke 2011 so mu nyodo wude me ci lede long ko do bdane ndong de rande let ke ja malwal jen ci roje long wate ru ngwanon ti jalat wa jen rami pel mi mo la roin la kala de ko de ne dialde ko nyam ko jara wi ke South Sudan jen waje chong ko de South Sudan de independent de jek no jen ba wache la advisor ka president Salva Kiir yadit wajen bo show tere malka ke 2017 gwade dane lat kamal ka ja mi mashwa loko kuma SPLIO chu kana boycott and dialogue mo ko de taye dan chukorje to ga 2013 de ja address ka ja wa chu participate in long ko de no modern let de mal de jeno malwal wala South Sudanese la ka in koreke la ka jogo no ne mal baben karwach baben kakor no chela do ne 2018 ki raje dan chinaro keje janta dan binaro keje ki chinaro den linga je jana mal baben karwach me gwade dan e tan kamal tin Dr. Machar no ken kirmi yadit jen me che mal mo che jelel ke 2017 wa kan Dr. Machar kan party de you can boycott it by the way and what they done right nothing to malwal point de what it in wenemo ga kor malwal shene to wan che ga won long ke quick corruption kare wi ka South Sudan kan political division ta de na rodin ke ma jak South Sudan ko she bete ke development no malwal wa kwa je remember la patriot rami mo mishile de long wi ka South Sudan ma jak South Sudan ko bete kamal bane ka ta da na chala ke je na patriot kajen bo wa ba jeti mulung bo ke wisdom dan te kaja shiwure shalka aten weka ten charaj bo ka media la former presidential press secretary aten weka aten jene shi South Sudan shi kan encyclopedia ke ngwadan la rwan pele la kala tene jene shi kan abat en wure shalka me malu ala rami mo mishi yere shi jen no so bol malwal ma do drink wa rami mo mi chitu ngwan chikala re teke de la taw de ngoda ba je kula lat barai na na me ejen jorana chalat ke kuida shana ben ka dung Dr. Machar luga dana lokaje la first by president Dr. Machar tin kana jikware Dr. Machar kana jikware dang baro ne kon sha yen kel yen yan ka kana me ejen luga nyamra wi ka South Sudan no ba rami mo la high profile ba ji look no kan kono nyam gorno jin bi channel bi support ka bi subscribe ka bi notification bell bi to en committee mi break be choma la shi be keji when me kan tin kono en cha dagma cha yen ka ke yan ka je ka kwi rig mi dan ji to ka pai dok ron kin dan ro jen dan ro de dich gwadi dan e sha military base doran shal ke we are due mentre you can answer ka penal state me sha je de kan wer wai ami gwa mi mo cha de ni cha ka rot pin nor waya mi gwa mi shika gwatin chwala no che teke de ni chu ku dang ro ni am ti chu ye ken chu ku jen ten gwa sama wona karam mo mi la major general kaka chi prosecutor chi kala do ne te konte to ko kor mo jene e ka GSP la yo no ken wer waya mi cha je ko no she GSP la yo but gwani ji wich ken ne tin konti la de ni SSPDF cha chu tiam ne ka jen tai da ne chi ya to ko je ko kore chu kir mi yadit point de chu helicopter chu ga jak mo chu ga de tini kamen chu ka buk ke kem kole rawi kanasar chu Dr. Machar chu ajabel bele shabel Dr. Machar chu na ko baji yen chu yen ga chang yan dang ro bakel rewich ko juba ken ji kwara Dr. Machar te ko runde jen baro ide jok ken ji kwara content cha yen ka cha ga yen ke cha ka gwan ka rwani tungwan kan charges tin kona cha ka yen ka ke wa nang nat kan wo chicken ku chicken de lat ki chicken kum chicken de kaf ka wa chicken ne de kona nyin ke SSPD abi chicken ka fan chicken ka mo ke yo kan diality ka duere wan kan duere of course cha ka deny kan dial no chi ka talk ko ngai ke jen ko me to ka kam civilian kan de ni ker mi ya de la de SSPD netin content cha gwan kel ka dak Machar ramaniam pot kang cholte runi jen wan run dep kada mam pal dor te run ti jan diok de baro run dep kada gado lam po te run jan bakale la run dep kada Lieutenant General Gabriel Doblam te run jan dang de jude diok la run dep kada Camilo gan Michael te run jan wan de baro la run dep kada madeng ya grek te run jan wan de dh la run dep kada Dominic gat gokri kram kwini jan te run jan dang ru de baro la run dep kada Dr. Machar cha la dre ti jen chirme ngai kon ga chan dang red bakel ka pai dok ron kin da jan dang red dich ka cha ne ka ba cha ka yan gon ti gol ka kan cha yan ka ni ti gol che cha yan ka chankel ani rek Machar cha yen no kan ni kon la jip kwara chirme ngai kon en ta dan lo ka Dr. Machar mului kon ka me chwe pan ka jenami la chang dang de kel ka pai wel ron kin da jan dang red dich Wade si different lawyer si right no ta cha yin Dr. Machar wajen illegal ki do mi mo shemat ko ngot si ne tung wan la different lawyer Dr. Machar si kala do ne na tel warga mi cha gor en go baring Machar ba yen keja si ne tin council minister ba kana law maker kala do ne na tel parliamentary no tel ka ngai kamanan shoda lat kana do kona cha yen wa pain ken kana de te community ki te kalwang lo let kan ka parliament ke let kare kuma ka ami yan karan de warga de je del gor de ja approve and then de ko le yen run mi shira ko kul barade na ko woni woni de ti ja yen ko ngot ka chenge dan cha warga tangi je jene kan warga na tanin ko ala tang ka kor ke cha court case cha je to ka cha look cha je to so mi chit kana me la investigator lead investigator am dan men te investigation te pinde Major General Basil Thomas Wani aram kel mi mom mi chala de gwan wona na ko jara me dan lat Dr. Machar jor no Riek Machar kan jikwar ci dore kana lat ci gwan men podcast ano ci podcast ci $30,000 ci ka tup ja kam nor wayami jara me dan gon ci Major General Basil ci la de jojen wo ka tok ala cabinet ni kan me kan laden wo Riek Machar ayan ka ja kan nyurten ka tele mi cha gor no ka de diala kon lat ke ku yen ka Dr. Machar gor kan ngot ko wona ko ngot so chinere kon la different lawyer Dr. Machar no chicken evidence chicken ga challenge tin yodo Riek Machar cha dur cha jalat wa kan documented content cha nang gwalok wa tandien tika ke ninto goal wa incorrect date la ninto shaken ando badan yana ka je kana war Chinanyo go ke interview mi chalat radio miraya ko kwi podcast ci podcast cha je tich no podcast ti ke je kan kor kan network to aga jogo no na me bo shi mo don de yarande yen jogo je no jini ci ger shelat cause de ti diality kan ko kon ngachen wo to kede en show we dan show we lat ke podcast wajen a political talk show telm di mi de tin ko shitel mo ko lat ke ko ci korche to ga ke ko kor ba to ga ka nasar different lawyer shi kan te jelong eno ala investigation committee te kon ya kwan te wo do be ci korche to ga te we ka nasar ke wa raj wa ja ladan wo ci rega me ja to ne na wa kan kare ala ka ga ka do ba ndan de na nyam ka ja kane di ale kon de cha kwan wa kan ka rodin jaj ko ken investigatory millet ke committee mi wi dor wi la do yaje ko ba ngaji do run ngakero da yaje no chemela ka che jebelat ban mo wa kanalat cha confirm bone ajen wudu shal ka warni me ci jaji mis ala deng che jo che youtube ano de ne konti la different lawyer ken investigator de ka rach kam dan le roda ka ri ka dan chi roda lat kade different lawyer de ka right ka document dan sha kam ke sha right ko ken cha la no ken ko la different lawyer ken de kan all the evidence de ken kenen anyok gor keno de netin content te ka Riek ne de content na te ka jot kam de mo ka medical leave for defender la defender ne de konen chagwan anyok bone gor keno de ne de kono dong chiro ka to ko ni ke to English de ka jako de translate de ka gor ne de ka translate ka raja dan bora ka to nat ko ba ko lelin chu court chu ken case me chu kan yo kap jok ka chanka dioka pai wel kel mala changan wala ajen jo dan gor no de nywa ya kel ka ta dan en shirik te chi ko to ja ki len ngaru din ke jan ban nyo je ga le rodien chu e pro jeno jin bi channel bi support bi notification bell bi twain ka bi subscribe ko mi te mi ci bare gwasum be chwa mala shu bi ke jikapet en bi ata ga mal bye bye